It's Mary Alouette, aka Alarke here with Set Your Life to Music, and we are going into this exercise that is going to show you how to develop your vibrato when you're singing. In fact, it's 3 exercises. Say hey and leave a comment, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the chat box below if you're here live, and if you're catching the replay, drop them in afterwards and I'll be happy to answer them. So what vibrato is air pressure plus vocal cord tension that gives that slight variance in pitch. And here's a demonstration. Ah, so you can sing a straight tone, ah, with vibrato, ah, or you can vary the width of the vibrato like this. Ah. And you can use it throughout your music to add an effect. First, let's get into these 3 exercises. So here's one that you can do a simple note bend on the vowel E. And so you're looking to feel the sensation of a semitonal movement. So if we're starting a middle C here, we're just going to go E. And then you're going to move up by semitone. Now from C sharp to D. And you're going to continue up the keyboard and back down. So when you do this, you want to feel the tone before you move it. Now, the second exercise that you can do is this breathy, laughy pant. It's like a laugh from your belly. So this is to wake up the diaphragm. And here's an example. Ha 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 ha. Now we're going to do them pitches. Ha 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 ha. The next one. Ha 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 ha. Right? And then you can continue up and down the keyboard. A third exercise that you can do is this bouncy wide engine revving exercise. You can also think of it like a baby bouncing on someone's lap. And this brings together subtle connections of the diaphragm and the vocal cords. So here's an example starting in middle C to the next semitone up, C sharp. E. And then you go and then you can continue up and down the keyboard. So these are some exercises that you can use to get started. Now, another thing that it would be great to discuss would be applications of vibrato and when it's really the best time to use it. Now, this is all on personal taste. The goal as a singing teacher is to give you the tools, and then you have the palette and you can use them at your own disposal. But if we think about classical singing versus pop versus jazz versus musical theater and all other different types of vocals, I would say follow your favorite singers and who you like the most. And if you want to model your singing after their singing, err in their direction. So this is something that came up for me recently. I'm a classically trained singer with a musical theater background before that, and then I moved into jazz and then pop music. I also was working with a client recently who had a similar background working in classical music and now wanted to go more into pop music. And one of the things that we noticed to help her cultivate her voice for more of a pop style of music was to lessen the amount of vibrato. And sometimes you don't even know that you're doing it until you record yourself singing and you hear it used throughout. So vibrato usually in non-classical music, as a blanket statement, should be used to accentuate high notes and the ends of phrases and the ends of a song, because it signifies closure. And if your audience gets it too soon, they're going to feel the arrival. They're going to feel like, okay, I've heard enough. So listen closely and see, for example, if you want to decrease the amount of vibrato in your sound, you can think, as you're singing through notes in your phrase, do you want to have vibrato in between each note. Maybe you want to add more breaths or more pauses in between your words and phrases, and only add the vibrato on at the end, because in more non-classical type of music, the vocals are more conversational. Versus classical singing, vibrato is part of the tone that is delivered throughout a vocal line. So those are just some things to think about. Now I challenge you to listen to your favorite singers and note when they're using vibrato. Also practice like them. See if you can mimic their sound. It doesn't mean that you have to sing ultimately like them, but use that as an exercise. And then also when you are singing your own music or the songs that you're going to be performing, record yourself and listen back to see how you are using vibrato, and then carefully determine when you want to use it and when you don't. All right, so those are some tips. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment box below. And thank you so much for joining in. And I have created 7 free guided vocal exercises for you. So if you want to get started on honing your voice, go to setyourlifetomusic.com/free guided vocal exercises. And these have demonstrations and downloadable MP3s that you can listen to and practice along with in your home, in your car, or wherever feels good to you in the practice room. So go get those at setyourlifetomusic.com/free guided vocal exercises. All right, thanks so much. Lots of love. Bye.